What's up, you guys? It's your girl Amber. Happy Black History Month. I have an amazing interview coming up next, but I just want to say this video is sponsored by YouTube Originals. I'll see you guys. And I have the honor in interviewing and sitting with the beautiful, talented, and hilarious Bob the Drag Queen. Hello, gorgeous.
You know, I am feeling particularly beautiful today.
I don't think you have to ask. It's the hair, the makeup, and the orange for me, okay? Yeah. So I want to talk to you about the YouTube special, The Black Renaissance, that you are taking a part in, which launches February 26th, this Friday. Everybody check it out. It's going to be amazing. But before we talk about that, I just need to give you your flowers.
I'll receive them. Give them here.
If no one has seen Bob the Drag Queen, I don't know where you've been. It could be in RuPaul's Drag Race Season 8. It could be in HBO's We're Here, or Netflix, Cherry Pop, or you just follow this icon on Instagram. So I just have to say thank you for all that you do, not only for the Black community, not only for the LGBT community, but for everyone.
Oh, thank you. I was watching some YouTube videos today and someone was talking about me that said, Bob is hard to avoid. Which is probably one of my favorite definitions. They're like, everywhere I look, Bob is on TV, right. Bob is on Netflix, Bob is on TikTok, Bob is on Twitter, Instagram. Being described as hard to avoid is like my new favorite thing. I'm gonna stay in your face.
No, I love that too, because that means you're taking over all industries, right? You're everywhere. You are also an award-winning drag queen, but an activist. That is so phenomenal and necessary, especially now to this day. So I want to get into the series, The Black Renaissance, which I'm so excited about. And I want to talk about your segment on there. So within that segment, you honor Sylvester James, who was breaking gender stereotypes and beauty standards. Tell me how you feel about it.
They were asking who I want to honor in my segment, and I was actually torn between, like a Black queer person in history, I was torn between Ma Rainey and Sylvester. Also, one of my big things about Ma Rainey is that we're both from Columbus, Georgia. Growing up in Columbus, Georgia, you know, like Ma Rainey is one of the big celebrities and her house is still there. In terms of Sylvester, who out there has done more to dismantle gender norms? When you think about the queens of disco, there are three of them: Donna Summer, Diana Ross, and Sylvester. And the fact that Sylvester was one of them is massive.
Absolutely. That look you did, the hair, the eyes, it was really phenomenal to watch. Tell me how you feel about that segment.
I'm a little queer boy from Columbus, Georgia, living in the projects there, and then I've been a part of such amazing things. I mean, recently, the MTA, which is the train system in New York City, they were like, we want iconic New Yorkers to lend their voices to the train system. So it's like Jadakiss, Jerry Seinfeld, Alana Glacier, me. And I was like, how did I come from being this little queer kid in Columbus, Georgia, and I am now, like, when you hear someone say, staying clear of the closing doors, bitch, it's me on the subway. You're like, wow, people really are responding to what I'm putting out in the world. I don't know what word to use besides validating. And in terms of the look I chose, so Sylvester had this thing where he'd wear these orange wigs. So I definitely wanted to honor that orange hair moment, and the blue eyeshadow was a big moment as well. But I wanted to put a little bit of my spin on it too.
I wanted to ask you, other than Sylvester James, what is one ancestor of ours that has been really impactful that you try to align with during this month?
I think about Harriet Tubman every day of my life. Harriet Tubman lived to be almost 100 years old when the average life expectancy of a slave was in the early 30s. Harriet Tubman freed almost 900 people in her lifetime. You can include the fact that she was able to help free about 600 in one night with the Combahee River Raid. Was severely disabled, had a brain injury that had narcolepsy-like symptoms, where she would fall asleep for hours, not fall asleep, pass out for hours on end. Harriet Tubman could not read, she could not write. Harriet Tubman was like, it is not enough that I'm free. It speaks volumes about someone who has gotten what they want and they want other people to experience that as well. She's also the first woman to ever lead a military raid for the U.S. Army.
I was about to say, she's the person that I choose to honor when I do it online every single month this year. So thank you for bringing that up, because it's such a huge subject, especially now, because people aren't realizing why she needs to be on the $20 bill, which hopefully will be rolled out in 2026. So everybody look for that. Shoot, we should make her a $500 bill, to be honest.
To have a person who looks anything like you staring back at you when you get paid, imagine the impact that can have on a young person, on a middle-aged person, on an old person.
What is one thing that you would want to leave behind for your legacy?
I want the idea of being able to do something. What I'm saying right now is not based in material things. Like, I think that a lot of the things that are placed on the Black community are mental blocks that have been placed on us, but it's not just us for having them. I had it in my mind that I couldn't own a home. People like me could not own homes, could not pass down wealth. And I want to be able to generate enough stuff that when I pass away, I want my niece and my nephew to fight. I want them to stop being friends because there's so much stuff to fight over. Like, I want people to say that Bob inspired me to do more, to be more, to say more than we've been told we can do.
Yes, to that. Literally, if I could put, I'm going to say a little sample of that, that's also what I want to do. I just want people to expand their minds and want to do better and know that they can do better. What does Black Renaissance mean to you?
There's a rebirthing, a phoenix rising from the ashes type moment of it. I also feel like I would really like for this Black Renaissance that we're in right now, it has to include trans, queer, non-binary people. It has to.
Where do we go from here? How do we take from the past and where we are today, and like, how do we include that? What would that look like?
Calling out what you see. And I've started doing it, and it does not feel comfortable, especially when you have a Black mom from Mississippi. If I see homophobia, transphobia, or anything like that in my family, I say something about it. Sometimes I like to draw correlations. Someone say, well, now they want this, now they want this. When is it enough? And I say, I would say it feels like enough when Black trans women feel comfortable walking outside. When a Black trans woman feels completely comfortable going to a straight hip hop club, that's when it's enough. That's when I'm like, oh, we're good.
So what do you think about Pride this year? Like, how do you think that Pride's gonna be?
Black, I think that Pride, Black. Anyways.
Tell me what you would love to leave the people with.
A Black joy. That's why everyone like talks about me laughing all the time. If you listen to my podcast, there's a lot of me laughing, me and my best friend Monet, like giggling and kikiing. And I do think that we needed to have safe space for a lot of discussion around Black tragedy in 2020. But there came a point when I was going through school, and I remember thinking every February it's just so depressing because we would really focus on the slavery, the assassinations, the lynchings, the beatings. I asked myself, with the exception of like post-World War II Jewish community, who else has to open up their textbook and just see pictures of their ancestors being burned, hanged, beaten, shackled, enslaved, and then being told, this is you. I would love for our curriculum to enforce some Black joy.
I would like to say that too. Let's just spread more Black magic and Black joy in Black history. I feel like the history is for others to understand why we are where we are today, but all we can do is take what our ancestors have done and run with it. They lost lives, they did a lot for us, so let's take that and move forward. We just have to encourage each other. We have to educate each other. We have to empower each other. We have to give each other the tools so that we can all move forward.
There's this like movement going on in the Black community, being your ancestors' wildest dreams. Like, if you would have told William Dorsey Swan, who is credited with being America's first drag queen, that I would be a celebrity, that I would be on billboards, able to do what I want to do out in public, not have to hide, not have to do it in secrecy, I can't even fathom. We are truly our ancestors' wildest dreams. It would blow their mind.
And on that, I just want to remind people about how when the community speaks about where we are today and systematic racism that is real, slavery lasted for 246 years and we've only technically been free for 156. So slavery lasted so much longer than freedom. And that's why it's so impactful still to this day.
No one living right now will be alive long enough enough for us to be free as long as we were slaves. When Barbara Walters was born, there were people alive who were slaves. That's how recently slavery was. The cultural impact of Black people in America is so much greater than our population. Thinking about people like Dapper Dan. Dapper Dan is a designer. If you've ever seen anyone covered in logos, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, that is literally because of one Black designer named Dapper Dan who turned the fashion industry on its head. He got so prolific to a point where Gucci just had to hire him. I think about people like Wanda Sykes, what she has done for comedy, for Black women, for lesbians, for the sapphic community. She is just legit one of the smartest and funniest people alive, period. This Black history person, this Black history maker, I love her so much I have her tattooed on my arm. That is Miss Whoopi Goldberg. When I say love, when I say amazing, when I say smart, brilliant, talented, show-stopping, stunning.
We grew up on Whoopi. She's everything and will always continue to be everything.
Everything.
You said that you had someone on TV that you can look at. For me, I felt like I had to do it on YouTube because I didn't see anybody else. And I spent my whole life trying to hide in the closet because I was so scared of everybody else's opinion that when I came out of the closet, I just burst on the internet. And that's why every day I go so hard.
I luckily came from a family where queerness was not ever ridiculed or spoken against in any kind of ill manner. But I don't come from a community that is particularly pro-queer. I went to Spencer's in the mall and I bought a rainbow belt so that I didn't have to keep coming out over and over again. And I wore it with every outfit, whether it matched or not.
I just want to remind everyone that you can see this fabulous, talented, beautiful queen on Black Renaissance, the YouTube special that airs on February 26th. And it's gonna be amazing. So make sure you check it out. Thank you so much. I'm happy to be able to like talk about this and share this, special that you were a part of, and also just give you your flowers for just being a phenomenal icon and a pillar for all the communities that you really inspire and impact. So thank you so much, and I appreciate you.
Thank you. And I want to give you your flowers for all the exact same reasons, to have the accolades you've received. And you're so young. I mean, who knows what's ahead, Miss Thing? You know what I mean?
Congress.
There it is. All right.
No, but, and also I just have to say, God, you in this orange and these locks, I just can't stop staring at you. Wait, let me see the earrings too. Oh, and the eye. Oh, wow. Yes. Look at that makeup.
Shout out to Trillian for this hair. Thank you so much for this amazing moment. Look her up on Instagram, Trillian Hair.
You're serving us. Thank you for that. Okay, you guys, happy Black History Month to all of you out there. And I love you so much. Stay amazing, stay proud, and stay woke. Peace.
Listen, y'all, happy Black History Month. And remember, Black is beautiful. And it's mighty real.
Ow! I hope you guys enjoyed that interview as much as I did. Thank you to YouTube Originals for sponsoring this video. I love you guys so much. I'll see you soon.